welcome back to my channel. Life as Tiff Knows It. This is Tiff here bringing you another WIP and chat. I hope you're doing well today. Right now I'm recording early on a Wednesday morning. I'm probably going to have to do like a two-parter of this because I'm running a little bit behind this morning, and I'm going to go to Starbucks before work to pick up some coffee for my coworkers, and so I need to leave on time. So I might film this maybe tonight. Wednesdays are my long day. I go to this tutoring session after work where I don't personally tutor kids, but I'm just kind of there, and they're having a party. So yeah, there should be balloons, fun times, all of that. So that's what I'm up to today. Let me back up, and just in case you are new to my channel, hello. I produce content. I create content. Produce sounds very formal. I do WIP and chats towards the end of the week. It's more so been on Fridays. I don't know. Maybe I can get this out tomorrow. And then on Sundays, I release lots of unboxings, post reviews, and then like shop with me videos. So yeah, that's kind of what I do. And then I love making YouTube shorts, and I like to link music and diamond painting together in different various ways, sometimes with hyperlapses. So this is a little synopsis of my channel currently. Oops, I got a spill. The current WIP that I'm working on is, I feel like I've been working on it for so long. It's by Deborah Malcom. It's called Aurora Beauty, and it's from Diamond Art Club. It's massive. It is, are the dimensions on here? I can't see it through my washi tape. I think it says 40 by 20. So it's a pretty huge kit, and I'll be honest, like, I'm not enjoying this kit as much as I thought I would. I don't know, it's just been hard to get into it. I think I'm really like stressed about the gapping, and it's really just my placement that I'm like just frustrated by, like. And I'm sure, like, I felt this way with another diamond painting I was working on, and then once it was hung up, or once I saw it from a distance, it looked beautiful. So I think I'm just getting in my own head with that, and I'm excited. I also like started this kit in a weird area. Like, I started from the top down, like upside down. I don't think I even realized it when I started it. So I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes I don't want to work on a kit upside down because I want to see what the image is looking like. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this row, and then I'm going to maybe flip it around, and that might help me too. But it is a beautiful piece. There's nothing wrong with the kit. I don't like how you can see through, there's just gaps, but that's okay. That's on me. And I need to get through this kit because I have a goal to get through half of it by the end of April. It's looking a little bit hairy with that, but I'm still gonna try. I'm really excited. You guys, I don't know what's going on with me lately. I feel like I'm a relatively organized person, but lately my brain has just kind of been offline in the organization department, like planning, adding things to my calendar. And so I had like at least it's a good surprise. So I did not realize that that'd be cool if you did too. I have this Friday off from my job, and I didn't even know it. So it's exciting. I'm relieved. I just want like a day to diamond paint. I'm also kind of like been battling with like a cold, or I think I had like a little bit of a stomach bug last week. So my plan for Friday is going to be like a relaxation day for me. I should see if I can schedule a massage. That would be amazing. I'm going to get all my workout goals done. I think I'm going to get up and work out and maybe take like a long walk and just get all my steps in, so I don't feel this need to get my steps in, because I've been really good with getting 10,000 steps every day for the most part. I think there's only been like 2 or 3 days I've missed like this whole year. But I'm gonna get all of that done that I need to do, and then just diamond paint the rest of the day. I'm so excited. Probably watch some like murder documentaries on Netflix. That's kind of my jam. Or I just finished up this show. I was bummed that it's all done. It was called Marriage or Mortgage. So, or I might just like rewatch. Oh, I should rewatch the show Parenthood. I don't know if you guys have heard of the show Parenthood. It's so good. It's so good. It was like in the 2010s, like a drama series following a family, and oh my gosh, that would be so nostalgic to watch. I wonder if it's on Netflix, because it was for a while and then they took it off. So I'm looking forward to that. I need to make sure that I'm taking care of myself. I went on a trip this past weekend to celebrate my mom's birthday, and we went to Estes Park, which we frequently go to because it's my mom's favorite place. It was lots of fun. But I feel like kind of weird because I took Monday off and now I have Friday off. So that, it is what it is. Like, silly me. If I would have known that, we could have just gone to the Estes this upcoming weekend and taken, oh well, doesn't matter. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. And honestly, it's an extra day. We stayed in this really pretty place in Estes Park, and y'all, I'm just really, I'm struggling a lot with just like detaching from work when I'm not working. Like, I've always struggled with that. I've been really looking into how to help myself, because I don't know, like I just am afraid I'm gonna miss something big, or I'm not gonna do something that I was supposed to do. I always kind of feel on alert, and I think really what it is it's high functioning anxiety. And I'm actually really interested in like learning more about high functioning anxiety, because I myself am a mental health provider, and I know a lot of kids who struggle with that too. But it definitely was like a struggle to, I don't know, or this guilt to take a day off. Like, I think intrinsically I feel that more than extrinsically. Like, I don't know. But that's been something. When I went to Estes, there's this really cool coffee shop. I'm kind of a coffee fanatic. I love trying different coffees. I'm really into iced coffee. My favorite drink is an iced caramel latte. And that's how I splurge. I do add a little bit of caramel to my iced coffee at home, but I could just, get really carried away. This coffee shop that I went to, it was so pretty. It was also like a wedding venue, and it just, I don't know. The environment that you like get work done in, because I was doing some work on my weekend off. I shouldn't do that. I'm mad at myself for doing that. But it was just like a really nice environment. But the coffee, I love the taste, but it made me feel so anxious. And that sounds so weird saying it out loud, but I don't know. Have you ever like had like a reaction to a drink where like obviously coffee is there to caffeinate you, if you're going with caffeinated coffee, but it's supposed to give you a boost. But my heart was racing. I just felt like so stressed because I like couldn't breathe very well. Like, it was crazy. And it was right when I drank the coffee. So I don't know. It's so funny how things work like that. But I'm just curious if anyone else has had that experience. Like, some coffee is just so intense. Um, but it was really a fun trip. We saw some elk that were just hanging out. There's this bird, like, giving this elk a bath, and it was really funny. Um, and what else did we do up there? We did our usual, like, it's so fun to like, just go to different restaurants, try different things out. Didn't do as much shopping. It was kind of cold up there. But yeah, it was a fun little celebration. I hope my mom had fun. And oh my gosh. It was so weird. So my friend who watches Denise, my daughter, it's Denise, she's 4, texted me because Denise was with us and was wishing my mom a happy birthday. And we had to stop. I was taking my mom home, and we had to stop and go to the bathroom. And so we stopped at this restaurant, and this is maybe like 15 or 20 minutes after my friend texted wishing my mom a happy birthday. And we look to the side, and the car that's parked right by us has these familiar faces. And it's my friend's dad and stepmom. Like, had just been texting me. And it was just, like, so weird that, like, they were right there. It was, like, beyond a coincidence that we happened to stop in this town just to go to the bathroom, and they're parked right next to us right after my friend texts us. So weird. And it was really funny. So I took a picture of them, and I said, "Look who I found." And my friend thought it was hilarious. But it's so weird, those coincidences. It's kind of like that night when I came home, I couldn't sleep very well, and I couldn't see the clock, and I'm like, "What time is it?" It's probably 10:42. And then my husband's like, "Yeah, it is, on the dot." And like, so like weird things like that where it seems very odd. And I think I've talked about the 1204 thing, but sometimes I have like this, I guess you'd say, to intuition. I almost said tuition. About knowing what time it is, or like I see the numbers 1204 a lot because I was born on 1204, so December 4th at 1204. And it's probably like, I probably like unconsciously or subconsciously see different times all the time. So it's probably kind of like a psychological thing. But it's just like so odd when those coincidences happen and occur. What else was I going to talk about? Oh, I've been listening to some morning affirmations. I'm really excited and surprised that my second affirmations video, positive affirmations video, had like more views than I thought. So that was exciting. And I've been listening to a lot of affirmations, trying to be really positive to kind of combat my nervous feelings. Like, I feel very much in transition right now. It's really odd to be put in a spot where you know you're going to be working somewhere else next year, but you are tasked with finishing your current job. Like, any other, besides education, any other job that you're in, you usually like put in a 2 weeks notice and then you're gone. But it's kind of like, I put in a notice and I have to work 2 more months. So, yeah, I think it's been kind of hard to navigate that, and I don't know, and keep my motivation up to keep doing. I don't know. I guess I don't struggle with motivation. I struggle with self-care, I guess. So yeah, it's been kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie. I also, like, going back to this upcoming Friday, I'm excited. I feel that because I've been out of town, I was sick last week, I just really haven't, like, had much, like, quality time with my husband, and so I'm really excited I'm hoping maybe Friday night we can play a board game or play Rock Band. We haven't done that for, well, it feels like a while. I don't think it's actually been that long though. So yeah, I got stuff to look forward to. And then I do have a quote, and it just, I don't know, it spoke to me because I, just like I was kind of talking about before, sorry, I'm just jumping around everywhere today, but this kind of idea that I felt for a long time. I've been burnt out and upset, and although I think that's true, I think that I'm going to be okay, because I'm still very passionate about my job. And because I'm like having a hard time disconnecting from work, it makes me feel like I do care. And so this quote I thought was very helpful for me. It says, if I'm angry, there is still hope. As long as there are tears, words, and concern, there is care. But once I become silent, my efforts become non-existent. So does your place in my life. And that's true. And so I think for me, it's calibrating that. That's what I need to do, is calibrate how much I care and how angry I get and how much it's impacting me. And diamond painting helps. Listening to podcasts help. This detaching from work and listening to other people's WIP and chats help. So there's definitely help and hope out there, and I'm really excited. I'm excited for my next chapter. I'm tired of being in this like flux, in this transition. And yeah, so that's kind of a little bit of where I'm at mentally. I'm probably gonna pause here and come back and film the rest of the WIP and chat either tonight or tomorrow morning. So yeah, I will see you in just a second. Well, hello friends, I'm back. I forgot to do the snap thing. It's actually Friday morning. I feel like I have a frog in my throat because I feel like I'm getting sick. A couple of things have happened since I was filming last. My daughter actually is also sick. Another stomach bug. I don't know. Like last spring, it was like the spring of colds and flus. I remember constantly feeling sick. And this year, I haven't been sick as frequently, but Denise has been more frequently sick, and it's been stomach stuff. So I personally think that stomach stuff is the worst. So because of that, I did not get some good sleep the night before, and my husband had to stay home from work. All the things to support her, and I think she's feeling better. She has a cough now, and I have a sore throat, and my stomach's been a little bit off too, but not like her. So yeah, that's kind of shifted my schedule for filming this diamond painting or this WIP and chat. And I did just wake up. I actually was thinking of sleeping in, but I thought I'm going to have no time to film this WIP and chat because I'm going to have her with me. And I love her dearly, but she's very loud. And here's a huge caveat to this, is I might, if you hear mommy, that means she's awake. So I'm going to have to abruptly end the WIP and chat most likely. But yeah, so because it's Friday morning, I know I was talking about having this whole day to diamond paint. I was going to send her to my friends who watches her, but we're just going to have a chill day at home. And I'm hoping that if I promote her just resting and quietly playing and sometimes watching a show, I know being in front of a screen is not the greatest, but when you're sick, I think it makes sense. I think we're going to just stay in most of the day. Hopefully I can still diamond paint a bit. She can, It'd be so nice if she just like snuggle by me on the couch at nighttime and paint. That way we can both recharge and reset. It sounds lovely. So that's my goal for today. I also don't want to get tied up in doing too much work stuff, but guys, it's just like, I don't know, like work-life balance is super hard for me to obtain. It really is, because there's just always so much to do. And a lot of times I'm not really sure what comes my way at work. Like it kind of, the day comes to me, I don't come to the day. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to try my best to not set myself a timer for like an hour just to get some stuff done and then call it good. So that's what's up for me right now. I figured I like answering questions on my YouTube channel, because especially when I don't feel like I don't want to feel really repetitive and talking about the same things over and over. And I kind of worry about that in my WIP and chats, because when I am just experiencing a work week, there's not really stuff with work that I should be or could be talking about. So I don't really have like any like updates. So I thought that I'd just answer some questions I thought were interesting, and I'd love if you answered some questions in the comments if you so choose. So the first question is, what's on your bucket list? That's a really good question. I think a lot of people have very specific bucket lists of things that they want to achieve. And I think if you would have asked me that when I was in my 20s, I'd have like a huge bucket list. But right now, I think my bucket list does involve traveling. I have not been outside of the United States before, and I've only traveled to a handful of places. I've been to Washington, D.C., I've been to Seattle, been to Portland, I've been to Florida, probably more frequently than anywhere else, to go to Disney World. I've been to Disney World, I think, 3 or 4 times. And Universal Studios too. Super fun. I've been to so many like towns in Colorado, like mountain towns, because I live in Colorado. Been to Utah. I've been to Wyoming. Man, I'm sure there's more. Where else have I traveled? Arizona. But yeah, I haven't really traveled too far outside of that realm. Oh, I did go to Texas last summer for a conference. That was my first time. No, that was my first time traveling alone. I've been to San Francisco. I love San Francisco. I've been to some places in California, like Long Beach, but it was very brief, and it was because of a conference. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, Los Angeles. I've been to Los Angeles. So I'd love to travel more. Traveling is just, excuse me as I yawn. Traveling is so expensive, as you know, I'm sure. I have my iced coffee here that I'm drinking. Usually I start the day with working out, and I didn't today because I'm like, oh, I got to get up and film this before Denise wakes up. So I feel very groggy. But yeah, my bucket list would involve traveling. I think it involves just like a lot of like relaxing things. I think I want to get to a place in my life where I don't feel this need to work. Like, I want to be financially free, and not be stressed so much about my job. That's on my bucket list. I don't know if that's a bucket list thing. Oh, I know it is on my bucket list. There is this slide, like it's a water slide, but it starts as a slide and then it goes upward at the end, like creating like a ramp. And then you like free fly into the water. I think that'd be so fun to do. It's kind of similar to The Blob, I think is what it's called, on Heavyweights, this really cheesy 90s movie where it's like kind of like a catapult of sorts where there's like this giant air-filled, I don't know what you call it. It's kind of like words are hard today. Let's see. How do I explain it? It's like a blow up thing by a lake and someone jumps down really high and it catapults the other person into the air and then that person flies into the water. Oh, you can see the kid in me. Like I love water parks. I would love to go. There's a water park near me called Water World. Haven't been to for years. At least 4 years. I'd love to do those things. And I'm excited for Denise to be a little bit older to enjoy them with her. Yeah. Let's see. Next question. What are you most thankful for? I feel there's a lot to be thankful for. I think I'm most thankful for my family. Like my husband, Bill, and my daughter, Denise. Like, I'm so thankful that I have a really strong relationship with my husband. And I mean, everybody has their ups and downs. It's not perfect by any means, but I feel that my husband is like my best friend, and I'm so thankful that my daughter is overall healthy. Like she doesn't struggle with any major like health related things, and although she definitely can get on my nerves at times, she's a very sweet, loving child, and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the house that I live in, and my extended family too, like, and my nuclear family, like my parents. I'm thankful that they're okay right now, So yeah, it's all those things that really count in life, in my opinion. What's your biggest regret in life? When I wrote that question, I wrote it down from like a website. I can't think of like a definitive, oh, I really, really regret this. Like, at times I definitely regret maybe not taking more time off from when I was in college. Like, I felt like I rushed. I went from my high school degree to a bachelor's degree to getting a dual master's degree program. And I felt like this need to get it all done. And maybe I should have like kind of stopped and explored who I was a bit more. But I think you've heard, if you've listened to past WIP and chats, that I really delved into like, do I want to be in the career I'm in currently? And I think that answer is very complex. It's a yes and no, for sure. There's parts of my job I love and parts that I don't, but I think I'm probably going to get that with any career that I would have chose. So I don't know if I'd say it's a regret that I moved forward with my master's degree, but it definitely has its ups and downs. It definitely has positives and negatives to it. I guess too, I wish I could be a better friend to my friends that I've had for a long time. Yeah. But thankfully, most of the friends that I've had for a long time are still my friends. And so I can adjust and be the best person and friend I can be. So next one is, what would your perfect day be like? Oh, man. I think my perfect day would be me mastering a balance between being productive and taking care of myself, because I kind of take things to the extreme on the productive side because it feels good to me to get stuff done. But I think a perfect day for me would be I get up if I get a really good night's, my perfect day really depends on getting a good night's sleep. That's really what this is. So my perfect day would be I get 9 hours of sleep. I'd get up relatively early, feeling rested. I would do a really challenging workout to start my day, so I feel really proud of myself. And then I do all the things that my fitness routine does. Like I would drink that green drink because it motivates me to like eat healthy for the day at times, and it fills up my stomach so I don't make bad choices and get a donut or something, you know. Then I would get the rest of my steps in. I'd take like a beautiful walk outside with Denise, because I love being with Denise. And she wouldn't complain. Like, that's the other thing, too. She would want to be on the walk. She'd be lovely. I'd get all my steps in. I'd come back home. Denise and I would play together and do, like, some learning type things. So I know that, like, I'm doing well as a parent, getting her prepared for school. And then I would just diamond paint for a lot of the day while I hang out with Denise and watch her play. And watch my favorite YouTube stuff or my favorite show on either YouTube or Netflix. Maybe a murder documentary, as long as Denise wasn't fully listening. Or some of my favorite YouTube creators are like Jenna Hong, who does like vlogs about working to live and not to work. And so I do that for a lot of the day. I would have a delicious meal, maybe like Chipotle, because that's one of my favorites. Or there's some other, like some authentic Mexican food. That sounds really delicious. And then I think we'd end the evening with just having a wonderful bedtime routine where Denise doesn't argue and is good, takes a bath, goes to bed, is super kind, like says, "I love you, mommy," and then spend the rest of the night playing Rock Band with Bill, with my husband, and connecting with him and laughing with him. Like, that sounds like the perfect day to me. Yeah, a combination of being productive and getting the things I want to do, but then also not feeling guilty about doing the things that bring me joy, like diamond painting. What would your dream life look like? Oh man, that's such a big question. I'd say it would be like a lot of those perfect days. Like, I want a life where I feel like I have earned where I'm at. I've earned the right to relax. I want to give back to the community somehow. Like, I'd love to be in a spot where I focus less on having a job that's stressful and focus more on giving. I mean, I'm in the job, like in the field of giving to people. I'm a helper. I'm a mental health provider. But, I mean, and then there's that monetary gain, which is really crucial. Like, having a job's important. But I'd love to, like, be able to focus my energy on giving back to the world in a way that is a bit more rewarding and less stressful to me. And that I do just because I want to do. That I don't feel like I need to do to earn money. Maybe it would be like like volunteering at an animal shelter with guinea pigs or something like that, something that I'm passionate about. I think that would be great. And then of course, like having time to connect with Denise and my husband, traveling. Yeah, I think that's kind of my goal. And then, I mean, my perfect life, I would be making money doing things I really enjoy, which, I mean, it would be amazing to have my channel monetized at some point. Like, obviously, I mean, I've made hundreds of videos and I'm doing this for other reasons, like, because I just like to diamond paint and I like to do WIP and chats and make videos, but it'd be so cool to get to this place where I'm making money doing it, or having companies reach out to me to do unboxings. That would be amazing. So that would be fun. What's the next book on your list to read? Oh, it's a nerdy book. I mean, a lot of my job is helping kids and adults and myself navigate conflict. And I hate conflict, but I want to learn how to mediate conversations better. So I am planning on reading a book called Crucial Conversations, and it's like a guide on how to have tough conversations with people, which I have to do frequently, and it's not my favorite thing to do. It's a huge part of my job, so I need to embrace it. That's what I need to do. What's your favorite app on your phone? My favorite app on my phone really depends on my mood. Like, I say I probably use Facebook the most, but I don't know if I'd say that's my favorite app. What I use Facebook for is I like to look, I follow a lot of pages that have quotes on it. Because if you know me, you know that I really like quotes from people. I think it's really a powerful moment when you read someone else's words and you relate super well to it. Like, yeah. But other than Facebook, I guess I use my Fitbit app more and more. Like, I really like checking in with myself. Like, for example, this morning I got onto my Fitbit and I checked how much sleep I got, and I really like that a feature on the app is your Fitbit can measure your sleep quality and it gives you a sleep score. So I've been really trying to utilize that more. And I guess, like, I would consider a Fitbit like an extension of my phone in a lot of senses. And I've been using it very regularly lately for the last 4 months, measuring my steps. Like, my goal is to get 10,000 steps every day. And I'm failing right now because I have not worked out. But I'd say that that's a favorite app of mine. I can't think of any. I mean, YouTube, obviously, without saying. Oh, so I think that's kind of where I'm gonna wrap up this WIP and chat. Thank you so much for watching my channel. I appreciate it. If you like what you're seeing, you haven't already subscribed, it would mean a lot to me if you did. I put out videos. I think I already said this in this video, but I aim for every Sunday and probably Fridays for my WIP and chats. I'm debating on going back to doing like WIP and chats once every 2 weeks, because then I'd have probably more things to talk about and it would boost my confidence a little more. But I do want to make sure I'm producing enough content to watch my channel grow, because I've seen kind of I'm kind of like stagnant right now with my growth in my channel, which bums me out. So anyway, just letting you know that there might be some future changes to when I do WIP and chats, all those things. I'm thinking about it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining me. And I will see you later.